Welcome to another session of Endless Legend. So, currently we have a situation where to say our happiness is in decline would be a massive understatement. And so our dust and science economy are hamstrung by the fact that our empire approval is very low, which is a natural consequence of expanding too much, right? And by expanding too much, that means we chopped a lot of enemy forces and captured their fortresses in short order. So what do we gain from our warfare? So we have a bunch of new cities and a lot of free forces. These battleborn are essentially... we essentially gain these battleborn by converting enemy units with the proliferator. So we gain forces at no loss, which is obviously great. It means we can upgrade our armies and also sell warriors for dust without actually costing us much industry. So this is the real power of the proliferator, and why the Necrophages are possibly the most powerful faction on endless difficulty. Specifically because they can match the AI in terms of unit production, which is not something most factions can say. Most factions have to turtle very defensively, and then build up a powerful tech army to try and take very efficient trades. With the Necrophages, we can be quite aggressive early on. Like, turn 52 is often when you're cowering behind your walls, but really, we're putting the pressure on. So now that I've sold some units for some dust, I can think about picking up a hero. Now, you can never really go wrong with a cultist hero. They have this wonderful perk, which upgrades all your workers for any resource. Very valuable. And then they have these beautiful percentage upgrades to all, basically all resources. And the fact that you can get them in conjunction with this percentage upgrade for even more percentage bonuses makes them excellent in the endgame. The Roving Clans heroes are also excellent endgame heroes because of their ability to improve your trade routes. And also trade with people you're at war with. So it's a close choice between a cultist hero and a Roving Clans hero, I think, if we want to improve our long-term economy, not military. This Chief Sapper is a good choice for science because the science boost 3 is ridiculous. 12 science per hero level is kind of disgusting at this point. Like 10 levels would be as much science as we're currently generating. Although in the long term, is she that good? Not so much. I mean, this bonus science per trade route and also 100% science on trade route is nice, but it's not going to be nearly as good as the upgrades here. I mean, we're already getting close to that bonus in science, but we're also going to get a ton of dust by getting a Roving Clans hero, and we're also going to get the option of making trade routes in enemy territories. Although we have a lot of cities, so that might not be necessary. So Chief Sapper is an interesting choice. So we might want to get her if we think our science is low, to the point where we think it's worth it. This dust boost is bonus per hero level, okay. I just can't turn down Adon this year. I just love this hero. Let's see about Never Rests. Only industry boost. Okay, sometimes they're the slavery, which is an excellent upgrade. Not that slavery is in any way good, but like slavery is a beautiful, very powerful skill. Now we should probably get some. If we can find a place with extra villagers, we should definitely put the Feeds on Bones there. Feeds on Bones excels when the slavery upgrade is active because it increases workers on industry and food as long as we have converted villagers. We have one here, so it's fine so far. And also the percentage boost to food will be very powerful in the city, which is going to have high food count because of this husbandry center. But for now, we don't have to move that hero. I'm just going to get Undom. It might be a little bit greedy, but, you know, it's just not a very powerful hero. Now, which city do we have a lot of workers on? Only Gleka and Sipuan here. I feel like I want to assign Undom there. Influence boost is just flat, right? Yeah. Though 2 influence gain is no joke. Like, influence is very valuable and very hard to generate. I think we might even want to build an altar here. Altar of Auriga being one of the cheapest ways you can expand your city in general. Yeah, I think we can expand like this. We're gonna have to compensate for the fact that the city's incorrectly built, because you can't build over this Haunts village. But okay, we take what we're given. You know, that's the unfortunate thing about attacking other factions. You can't really choose how their cities are built. Like if their cities are built badly, you just live with it, and that's that. Yeah. Yeah, we should make sure we put everything into dust for now. We should probably also think about spending our dust in the near future, not just for heroes, but for kind of luxuries. But for that we need this imperial coinage, or kind of luxuries. Luxury upgrades let us generate extra happiness, which is something we desperately need right now. Do we have an altar somewhere? No, we don't. Are we building an altar somewhere? No, we're not. We're only building it in Sipuan? Whatever. Alright, we just want to have our forces stationed here so we have the option of fighting if we need to. I think we are going to need to. It's currently winter, that's why the situation is so bad. I think we should attack. We can't retrofit Battleborn, but they're quite strong anyways. Like 50 damage, 60 defense is pretty solid. We can only convert 2 assassins here. So we're probably only going to get 1 free unit out of this, but either way, you know, I'm okay with it. Now here we have, make sure our proliferator armies are high up in the queue. I've made that mistake once, where I didn't have them high up, and that meant that I didn't get free units. And free units are, as you might imagine, very good. Now I'm just going to move the proliferator here, maximize the morale again. Morale is gained when units are close to each other, and also when you're standing on city tiles. Some factions can really abuse, or use and abuse morale. That faction, well, those include, obviously, the very, I think, very militarily powerful when they get going. Aurigans. What are they called again? Alai, yeah. My bad. Obviously, I know the Alai, I love them, like, they're a great faction, but I just forgot their name there. It's just that they're the true Aurigans in many ways. I should probably target these Wraiths. Or Haunts. Both because I want these guys to die later, because they're... what's the word? Because they're parasitable. That's not a very scientific term, I guess. Yeah, as you can see, these flying units are very powerful. They do a lot of damage, so that's very good for us, obviously. We can target down these dangerous Haunt units. We can even assimilate the Haunts into our empires soon. No, they give a nice science bonus. As you can see, when we don't have initiative, we just, like, get these strike backs, which are very nice. So if we have initiative, we get to dictate the trades, but if we don't, the fact that we can put claws on all of our units means we're advantaged anyway. And we had 2 parasites active, so we're getting 2-3 units here. Oh wow, the proliferator actually did damage there. So proliferators are not there for damage, they're there for the debuff and the parasite effect. The parasite effect being obviously very, very good. They can also cure parasites for what that's worth. So we got 2... extra units. We can't afford them right now. I think I'm just going to sell these 2 Battleborn. It gives us a bunch of dust, which we kind of like, and also reduces our upkeep cost, which we kind of like as well. Selling Battleborn, I think, is an important technique. Now we're gonna march our armies up to this city because I want that city. Like, it has 2 special buildings, the Industrial Megapole and this Museum of Auriga. And a level 2 Museum of Auriga. So despite the fact that we're going to take control... And it even has another Altar of Auriga, I'm in. It has so many special buildings, that's very valuable for us, I think. In that case, I should definitely get this Altar of Auriga a little bit sooner. I don't want to lose population there. Yeah. Once we get this Imperial Highway, we should be able to improve our dust situation. Whoops. Let's make sure we don't lose population. Hopefully winter ends soon, in which case we'll, you know, we won't be bleeding as much dust. obviously can't really avoid bleeding dust at this point. Like, yeah, sometimes winter just hits you hard, and then you deal with it. Once we're done with this expansion period, the Draken have gotten this. Okay, the Draken are by far the best at producing influence, so the fact that we lost this negotiation tactics to them is unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. And also, we're playing a military faction. We can just crush them at some point if we want to. And what's wonderful about the Necrophages, I mean, obviously the fact that you can't declare peace is overall a bit of a downside, but the fact that we don't understand the concept of peace means we're completely immune to the force peace button. So that's wonderful. Here are some more forces for us to eat. That's very nice. If we're moving in the direction that they're pushing, we can clean up their forces while pushing towards their fortress or their city, meaning that we effectively protect our own cities on the backswing. I'm perfectly fine with this. Let me just move this up. Alright, who's doing what? We have met the Alai. Alright. That's cool. Not paying attention to me, I don't mind. Annoying that they're targeting us with destroyed population. That's very irritating, obviously, because losing population is something that's quite bad for us right now. We have a lot of cities with low population counts and unhappiness effects. Meaning their population generation is not that high. Although it looks like this is just a naturally unhappy. The city's not unhappy because of ownership warriors or whatever. I should probably try and grow these cities then, if they're under fire. The winter is horrible for us. We're just bleeding a lot of dust. Alright, let's see about getting some more Battleborn to sell now. So currently our economy is built around selling Battleborn. That sounds like a dodgy business model. It is. Alright. I probably shouldn't have lined up my forces, but okay. What can you do? Well, I'll probably not line them up. But like, good answer. I probably should have moved the bugs back as well. Yeah, I handled that quite poorly. Yeah, I took damage for no reason. At least I targeted the right guy with my proliferator. Insofar as there is such a thing. Nice. So these wraiths do a lot of damage to a lot of units, but they are quite fragile at the moment, so we're doing quite well taking them down. Now we definitely want to hit this guy with parasites. Spread the blessing in terms of parasites, like, or the curse. You want every possible, like, these units are immune to disease. No major faction units are immune to disease, even if they should be. Like the Dust Lords, I think for balance reason, all of the major faction units are disease vulnerable or not disease proof. But some of the minor faction units are, so just double check that. So immune to disease also means immune to parasites. It's good that they made that balanced decision with the units, because otherwise, obviously... Wait, do we have this? Yeah, we do have this. So wait, how many units do we have here? Yeah, we have just enough. We have 6 out of 6, so we don't have to worry too much. We could also sell Battleborn because our financial situation is not ideal. Although having a big army is also nice. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can live with this for now. It's not great though. Hopefully the Imperial Highways can help us out of it. I really do want to grab this city. Let me actually see how interested Orange is in a war. Oh, sorry, a truce. Well, conversely, if they're not interested in a war, they're probably interested in truce, right? Okay, winter has ended, our financial situation is not nearly as dire, and we're ready to sort of pick up some... Actually, we can just attack them right now. That seems good. We can pick up their forces here. They have an army there, but our armies are close enough that it shouldn't matter to us. Yeah, I think we just engage them. Yeah, they should probably run away because our proliferators. Yeah, they did. And we can get some extra life on our unit, or we can get into idle hands for our quest. I think we will. Our quest is quite important. No idle hands is not bad, surprisingly. It seems like it should be pretty terrible, but it's okay. Oh, I completely forgot to manage my economy because I was so focused on that. Alright, next turn we'll get the important stuff, don't worry. I'm not asleep at the wheel, I just forgot that. Alright, we're gonna attack here. It's always important to attack as soon as possible. I would actually like them to plant the Skyfin on one of my stuff. This is so annoying that their spies are so active. Okay, we should definitely get right of way here. And then we can get right of way here. Oh, we already have it. Nice. Yeah, this time is pretty bad. Let's just complete the fight first and then do the economy, and I'm not going to forget this time. They should... Is there any way we can ask them to stop sending spies and saboteurs? Let's see, because they always ask me. No. No, they're not introduced there. Nah. The weird flying monkey's not going to help either. So yeah, we'd have to... I mean, obviously, getting a right of way on our main city is great because right of way is... Like, trade routes are better on your main city because of your palace or whatever. We get an extra trade unit or trade route on our main city. So the faster we get this in our main city, the better. Obviously, the faster we get the altar here, that's also better for us. And as soon as we get Imperial coinage, we can start trading extra random Battleborn for maybe wine boosters. And with the wine, we can generate more happiness overall. The fact that they had to retreat last turn is obviously great for us. Although maybe I should have kept some armies in reserve there. That was probably a mistake. It depends if I expect them to reinforce or not. It's obviously risky not to send your entire army in, but at the same time, you risk not being able to fight twice a turn. So sometimes it's incorrect to reinforce with your entire army. Not that often, but sometimes it is. Okay, it looks like they are reinforcing with... Oh no, their main unit has a Predator. Okay, we're gonna hit that Predator with everything we've got. And we could probably just send our Battleborn off of these big earths. Now those units hit hard, but they're not very durable. Ah, crap. We didn't get a hit off. That means we're not getting an extra Battleborn. Poor positioning on my part. Well, as long as we win this fight decisively, we're not really losing anything, but we aren't really gaining. It's more like when you miss a shot with the proliferator, it's like opportunity cost. Like you could have had a free unit. It's like you forgot to build a unit, basically. And it's not so bad because we have so many units, right? I guess our hero can hit the dust here, which is... I mean, if your hero's low in health, it just means they're not going to be useful during fights, but they're still going to give your entire team their nice bonuses, so, you know, not the worst. Not my best fight ever, but the cost to having a bad fight is not very high. Oh, and we also just gained a cadaver stack. What is it called? They can't actually besiege us. I mean, they could, but it's not going to go well for them. This is going to hurt them a lot more than it's going to hurt me. I know it's a cliche line, but true. I'm just going to split my units. I normally don't do this, but I think it's justified here because of the fact that they have like these chain lightning attackers. Maybe not. They only have one. Now we have 83 health on our units, so it shouldn't be too hard to win. And now we have the bugs coming in, so by bugs I of course mean, you know, all of our units. But the ones that look more like bugs are the bugs, you know, the buggier bugs. They are quite good. They do good damage. You see, this is the problem of having only one predator. It's that fact that predators scale very well for themselves. Like when you have more predators, you're going to get this mark prey or predator's mark upgrade. You're going to get it off multiple times. You need to hit like a unit like 3 times, and you're not going to do that with 1 unit to get max damage. So, actually Predators are better when they work together. The AI just doesn't understand this. Its sense of army composition is way off, obviously. So, when you're going Forgotten and you have Predators in your army, you want like 3 or 4 at least. Oh, that was a weird target to hit. See, despite the fact that Predators with bows are normally good against units of flying, practically they're not that good against these units. Like, flying units that are good are just great because they can just close the gap and take down whatever. They can just wrap around enemies. Wow, what a good shot from a parasite generator. Proliferator. Yeah, Proliferators rarely do damage because they attack us so low, but when they do, it's great. And also, losing a militia is actually good for us, it generates more cadavers. Okay, here we should probably sell a battle ball at this stage. Because having more units than the max is costing us extra. Look, it's very powerful, obviously, that we have the option to generate these huge armies, but also they're going to cost us a lot of dust. So. And dust is something we can't really afford to lose right now. And we can, but not ideal. We could go for another hero, but again, we're starved on dust. So, what is the hero's upgrade again? The first level gives us this bonus dust with terrainal anomaly. Do we have cities with lots of anomalies? We have 1 here. 2 here, actually. The AI doesn't place the cities very well, so no. Like, who the hell even puts their city in the fucking corner? Like, you're listing on a whole tile. Like, sorry to be so blunt, but like, come on. Stupid. No, this is on the river, that's quite nice. Yeah, placing your tile with... Placing on the edge of the map is really bad, because then you're missing on a whole tile of production. This is the mark of mark of a beginner, and it also displays how inexperienced the AI is. So we have a bunch of rivers actually, which I was not that aware of. Looks like our happiness situation is not as bad as it was a couple of turns ago. It's not great, but you know, a little bit better. We could besiege the city just to send a message. Although I so badly want the city. Look how well developed it is. And also, if we get the city and then get a truce, we've locked the city off from the rest of the empire. So in future, when we next declare war, it'll be really easy to round it up. Oh god, this is super annoying. The fact that they're like just killing our population units off with their spies is highly irritating. They're not getting much out of it, but they are sending us back. And that's unfortunate that they have that option, you know. We could try and destroy their empire with the aim of stopping their spies from ever doing something again. Although the obvious downside is that we'll never be able to, like... we'll never ever be able to, like, get positive happiness again if we claim all those regions. I just kind of want to get this region because of the happiness boost. Like, these buildings are so valuable. I think I should just be able to pick this up. And I think I will. Being able to just crush their armies gets us a lot of free units and also a lot of free dust. Oh, I forgot about the cadaver stockpiles. My bad. And also we can activate spices, which I also forgot about. So spices will give us a little bit of happiness, but most importantly they'll give us a ton of food. And here we can get populations of whichever cities we want. Killing units is great for us, it adds population. We should probably get population on the city with the cultist hero. Though I can always change whichever city that is. Yeah, let's go like this. I do want more heroes, but I also want to buy like 25 not spices, wine. Wine is the best. Because it gets you so much happiness. I mean, go figure that all Aurigans are drunkards, but like... it seems like a pretty dangerous place. I guess... can't blame them, yeah. Just need to link up our armies very quickly. Now, we don't want to besiege this as our ultimate goal. Holy shit, they're really getting to work. Like, now we can really just sandwich this army, and I think we can just pick them off. And, a neat thing about Forgotten Armies is the fact that they so obviously, well, the fact that they can turn invisible if they have only Forgotten units in them is obviously super neat. The dumb thing is that the AI won't understand that we're actually defeating it until we defeat... Well, until we defeat it, obviously. Until we actually claim one of their cities. We'll think it's winning the war, even though it's clearly losing the war, right? Okay, it's just important that we get both triggers for this. Well, we couldn't have, apparently, because our units just killed it. I mean, I'm not complaining. Yeah, I'm complaining, actually, I want all of them. Getting extra battle born is obviously very, very nice. Now we can start besieging. I think our units are, yeah, we'll always check. You mouse over holding down right click over the tile you're thinking of attacking, and then you see this white outline which will tell you which units are in range, which units can reinforce. Very important because reinforcements are a big part of this game's combat system. Unlike for Endless Space 2, where your main fleet is the only thing that matters, the combat system in this game is a little more sophisticated. Which I think is better, but it takes a while to get used to it, and the army compositions are very imbalanced, I think. Certain army compositions just crush others, and like, you know, it's a bit of a slugfest. After we get Imperial coinage, the question is, what else do we want? We can get the level 2 titanium armor, which would be good for low tier units. So it's possible that once we get the next level, we're like, oh damn, we have a ton of palladium and adamantium in our empire, so nobody cares about this. And then we will have wished we got something generically useful like public granary. I don't know. Management sciences is okay, but not as good as it looks. A bit of extra industry is nice, but industry is not as powerful in this game as it is in Endless Legend, like or Endless Space, sorry. And also, if you're only getting, this gives you industry by exploitation. So if you're not, exploitation is when you have a ton of different tiles being tacked onto it, or like being harvested by your city, and tiles need burrows. So here we have a burrow here, that means we're harvesting from all of these tiles around it, right? So it only gives you lots of industry when you already have a lot of industry. So that's obviously, you know, not an amazing upgrade for that reason. Imperial Highways is amazing. Central Market is very good in conjunction with Sewer System. Demanding Gods is kind of garbage, but we might have to go for it. Native District is kind of garbage, unless we can get a lot of value out of it. I guess we'll just put it on our main city. We can assimilate a faction. We can assimilate Delvers for more dust. We can assimilate Kazanji for more influence. I think I almost want Kazanji. Where do we have Kazanji in our empire? Urkas are here. Here are Haunts. Here are Delvers. Here are Jotus, and here are Kazanji. I wonder if I just put my feed bones on here. Yeah, I think I will. Yeah, because feed the bones is going to be doing more work on the city because of the slavery bonus applying to 2 different villages as opposed to 1. So we're getting 2 bonus food or industry on these workers instead of 1 bonus for my hero, which is very nice. And the city's doing quite well. What was I talking about? Oh, we're deciding on a upgrade. Yeah, this public granary is not actually that bad. I mean, we've been skipping it a bit because of how powerful cultivation is, but if we have a lot of cities, we want more food on all of them, so I think we'll go for that. And we can always generate decent units with alchemical alloys. We might go back for alchemical armor because, you know, they're definitely skippable upgrades here. I just feel like we're going to get uncommon alloys and uncommon armor for our next tier anyways. So either we can get this. How do we get this? Immovable force. Not 3 guardians. But it gives you a mediocre reward, so never mind. Like, the ability to activate their army action is good for some which have a good army action, but most of them don't. So. By the way, the ultimate guardian is definitely this guardian of water. It's disgusting. It just defeats everything. And sort of invalidates combat, I think. I wish it wasn't in the game. So yeah, that's my feelings in a nutshell. 4,000 dust at the end of turn, we're nowhere near this, I don't think we can get that. We did pick this up for the free counter, and that's good, because now we can spend glass steel and titanium to make our units a little bit better. And I'm happy about that, especially if glass steel and titanium end up not being our resources of choice in the endgame. We can try and hunt this army down. I don't know if we have to, it's not very friendly. We could randomly lose this city again. We should probably attack here. Just to weaken their armies. And we did! So that was good. Wait, what's happening here? Okay, we should be ready to fight. Let me just figure out Empire plan first. So we could get building weird cost. No, we can't actually. We can only get 1 bonus. Extra dust or extra science. Let's see how our dust situation is shaping up. We're about to get this right of way, which should help our dust out, I think. How many people are we putting to dust production? Not that many. Although we do need quite a lot of dust. So maybe dust is just better than 20% science here. This is a very weird spot for me to say that. I'm not sure. Depends. Are we going to put a lot of workers into dust production? If we are, then getting that bonus for dust might be like really relevant. It can't be right, can it? It can't be right. I have to go for science. Just it seems like the principled decision to make, you know. Surely it can't be right. Anyway. Let's complete this showdown, I guess. I guess we move this to the top because it's more likely to get the proliferator faster, but very slightly more likely. Now the hero is fine if it's not in the army. Alright, let's get ready. I think we should just crush them here. And once we crush them, we claim the city, and then we just force them into a truce. An unfortunate or an interesting design decision, at least. A fact about battles in this game. Oh, we're spawning right in the River of Fire? No fair! That's bullshit. A weird feature about battles in this game is that, or about capturing cities, is that if you capture a city, you don't have the option of like setting it on fire unless you play the Cultists, in which case you have to. That means that you have to be able to make use of every city that you capture, and you're going to have to deal with the expansion disapproval. Oof, we're walking through a river of fire here. Quite literally. Although otherwise we're winning, but we're just going to take unnecessary damage in all of our units, so that's not great. I wish all my units were flying all of a sudden. Oh no, hopefully that unit doesn't walk through the fire again. That'd be so unfortunate. Oh, come on, you're being dumb. Ah, why is the terrain so stupid? Why do we spawn there? Well, they lost it. Yeah, they just were destroyed by the poison. At least we're getting new forces because of the proliferator. So no matter how bad this goes, the proliferator really sets the bar quite low for disaster, or sets the bar quite high for like disasters. Like things have to go extremely badly in a fight for you to lose net resources if you have a proliferator and you're advantaged in other ways. By resources, I mean just standing forces. Why didn't it attack? Very weird. By that I mean like why did it just go for the kill or something? Yeah. I can just get rid of, I can just hit that with a unit. Losing this battle board is not the end of the world. This battle board is like on a journey. I'm only controlling here because I don't think I'm in danger of losing. It's a bit lazy, obviously. But you know. Doesn't matter too much. Yeah, at least they have multiple predators here, so I'm not going to complain about their strategy too much, but obviously it's... if you're going to go predators, you have to commit, like... Predators just require dedication. Like, they're just that kind of unit. And it just makes sense when you look at their buff. I don't know why we attack like that, it's completely stupid. Now let's look at this perk again. Predator's Mark means, like, you need to hit... they're marked for 2 rounds, so we need to get up to 3 marks as quickly as possible to get the 60% damage bonus. That means you hit them 3 times with Predators, so at least 3 to apply the mark in 1 turn. And then each extra Predator that hits it will get the bonus, so... Obviously, more Predators the merrier. That was a weak attack. I should have just made sure I got the unit that would die. And I haven't made sure this unit's going to die this turn. Wow, it took a delta decent amount of damage. But we're winning this fight, like, very easily. I think we're going to lose a unit because of the fire. Or might not even. The fire, I mean lava, I mean same. Okay, proliferator can just attack this. We should probably pin this down if we can. Oh, whatever, I don't care enough. At this point, this is sort of like formalities. Proliferator attacking that doesn't achieve much. Wait, why would you attack... Oh, whatever. That's the last time I'm letting the AI handle this. It's so dumb. It makes so many bad trades. It's like stupid. Okay, we're getting this guy. No, we're not. Never mind. I guess it's gonna die from poison anyway if it's poisoned. Nice. Yeah, we're even gonna gain Battleborn off of this whole, like, burning ground fiasco. Like, we gain Battleborn and we can lose that many, so that's, like, again, just ridiculous. This faction is so strong. It's silly. We should actually sell some of our units. The upkeep is way too high. Can't sustain this. I don't want to sell the drones because they're actually good. Okay, I'm wrong. Well, no, they are actually good. Like, I guess I can move some units over. No, I can't. So I'm gonna have to pay the exorbitant fee, or I'm just gonna have to sell them, and I think I will sell. Yeah. Now we have a lot of dust, so we can buy a new hero. Do I want the science hero? I'm kind of into it now. Or like the roving, it's good to have at least one roving clans hero. They're just quite good. These heroes are all equivalent, so arm initiative boost is garbage, dust boost 1 is alright. Never Rests is not that great. We already have one of these heroes. We have enough of a food boost if we need it. Again, this Chief Sapper is interesting, but I just don't think she's going to be better than Roving Clans hero. And we already have a general, so you know. So let's get Master Q or whatever. Although, yeah, I'm just torn between this and the Chief Sapper, because the Chief Sapper's passive is so good. Although we need dust more than science, I guess. Our main city is going to be our trading capital, I guess, so let's assign Master to the city. And once we have that going, do you want to build a watchtower? Maybe. Maybe I should actually build a watchtower at the border to stop them from sneaking in. And I don't think I want to build a burrow right now because we can't really afford the happiness dive. Although it looks like our happiness overall is getting a lot better. And I think we should... We can buff the production of units in the city. By units, I mean workers. By workers, I mean... workers. Population, whatever. As you can see, like, battle bonded is great as, like, either battle cannon fodder or, like, just for sale. Like, just get you dust. Okay, whatever, you can mock me all day, I don't give a shit. Let's see. Oh, they're very interested in Truce, are they? What is Warrior? Is that their main city? No, no. I want to claim your main city. This is the interesting one. It has all the interesting buildings, has great development. Has another altar of Auriga, so I can just have 2, which is, like a little greedy, but like, you know, more of a good thing, I guess. Just get Alchemy Workshop here. Alchemy there. A little bit of Alchemy here, Alchemy there, etc. I think we can actually take these guards. Like, even if I have 100 extra hit points, these are not very dangerous units. Just to make sure that nobody's nearby. We could get unlucky and have this backfire. No, we didn't. Let's move this up. And after we claim this city, we're going to negotiate peace. We're not going to claim extra cities from them, we're just going to take all their resources. That's the advantage of negotiating peace from a position of strength. You can just force them into giving you resources, for fear of being eliminated. They might call your bluff, but not unless they're... Well, the AI won't call your bluff because it's dumb. But human players might call your bluff, or human players, conversely, might play even worse. They might just agree to a truce right from the get-go, and you can get favorable terms. It's just worth checking out. Like, if you're ever putting someone under huge pressure, like, can you get like really favorable terms? Just think about that. It's part of the advantage of playing a military faction. Like, you get stuff you need just by like talking to people begging for their lives, basically. Yeah, this thing is parasited, I think. Yep. So we hit this next, I think. Yeah, and again, if I lose units, it's not the end of the world. I don't have dust to pay for my units anyway, and I have endless hordes, so like, who cares? I think we're actually going to kill this mob. No, never mind. The proliferator wasn't deadly enough. Okay. It happens. I mean, I guess it can't do everything. Although proliferators are so good. They even apply a debuff. Like, this is how this... Like, it's like a unit production factory that also, like, damages them. Like, so disgusting. Well, now they've talked about why proliferators are OP for, like, 2.5 episodes. We should probably get back to, like, building bases. This has a parasite attached to it. Yes. So we should hit this guy, I think. Well, we'll probably die, so we can also hit that. Or hit basically anything that isn't this. This guy will probably die in the next attempt, so we should probably hit this. Guarantee that we hit a biological unit next. Or a unit that isn't disease immune. I think there are biologically... It's possible for biological units to be disease immune because there's this talisman you can get. Oh, we're getting... Well, never mind. We're getting both anyways. But after this fight is over, we should be able to capture their city. Or maybe... I think that's how it works. Yeah, easy. Easy life. We even gained some units to sell. Proliferated is dope. We can actually think about assimilating wraiths if they have them in this region. They probably do if they had them as part of their forces. I love it. Well, I sometimes hate how it plays for all of the animations. Alright, we gained a new territory. Our empire happiness is weirdly okay. I guess everyone else would be like a bit miffed about the expansion. But I wish we could just set the city on fire. Where's the option? Yes, we can! I didn't know that was a thing! Wait, we're assaulting the Earth. I'm pretty sure it's unlocked with a certain technology. Or maybe it's just naturally part of the game, okay. We could salt the Earth with this city. Like, it's pretty garbage, I'm not gonna lie. Although we're gonna lose all these workers. Population removed. I don't think we get to move the unit workers to somewhere else. This city is complete garbage, though. Is it possible that salting the Earth is correct here? We lose out on these delvers, on the spices deposit. Yeah, it has to be wrong. I was so excited when I got to like set something on fire. I lost all sense. Okay, we have 8 out of 6 units, still too many. Necro drones are on the long term more valuable than Battleborn because they can be retrofitted, so let's just sell the other ones. But this city is beautiful, beautiful. Like, just the fact that it has a lot of workers, and an industrial megapole, museum of Auriga, and an altar of Auriga? Are you kidding me? Like, it's just nuts. We should even probably build a Borough Street here first, just so we can, well, we could upgrade our industrial megapole that way, so it would be worth a lot, but it will still cost a lot, so never mind. Let's get a sewer system, seed storage, yeah. All the basic stuff here before we flunk to central market. I don't think, yeah, actually move up to central market. Empire Mint is fine, but not a must. On our main city, we can actually move workers off dust. In general, we can move workers off dust. We should probably move back here, stop this sort of thick boy from killing our stuff. I'm just going to sell these as well. I don't need a huge army right now, but I would like... just like 2 armies are fine, of 6 units, and then I would like to buy some heroes. Let's see what they'll give us. They could give us another city, but we're not already in the war. I was going to say we're not really in the warehouse for that. I'm like, how does that make sense? We're not really in the market for extra cities. Pearls are always nice. They're difficult to pick up. We could pick up emeralds, but emeralds suck, so that's not on the table. Extra dust, not bad actually. A large amount of titanium or glass steel. Let's see about extra technologies. The technologies is actually quite bad here. Pillage is not bad. But our chemical armors is neat, but do we need it? Again, unclear. We take all their glass steel, all their titanium. Yeah, I think I like this. This is like a good amount of resources. And that prompted us, knocked us up in technology tier, so we didn't have to worry about these shitty technologies. So now we have deposits of advanced resources. So a lot of palladium, adamantium, a lot of, whatever the hell this is, palladium, yeah, okay. I always mix the two up. So we have a lot of palladium. Some adamantium. Palladium and adamantium are more or less equivalent. So that's nice that we have that. Yeah, and we can even consider just getting the extractors right away. And I think we do want to. Like, the most important thing for us is setting up a strong military. I almost want to salt the earth of the cities to reduce expansion disapproval everywhere. Like, again, not something I consider in general, like, wise or smart, but maybe... Look, this has a lot of population on it, though. Like, 5 is no joke. Plus, like, 7? That's a lot of population. Like, at that rate, this city is kind of garbage compared to that. But, yeah. Also, we should keep spending these things. We don't need the free units anymore. We'd like them, but we don't need them. Should I just buy this? The city is so good. Like, I'm so happy to have picked that up. And now I basically cut out like a huge swath of the map for myself. I don't know where anyone else is. It should be revealed. Actually, no, the Draken player, everyone else is revealed to them, but not vice versa. So that's why I was confused there a bit. I thought I already met the Draken player, but I haven't. Well, I have. Okay, we have enough dust for probably 2 heroes. Weira Sigo is an excellent governor for boosting a city's production. Like, he gives lots of industry, lots of food, and these skills improve industry. So he's an excellent production governor, but not so excellent later in the game, where industry matters a lot less. Again, getting these cultist heroes is a nice thing for me, I think. I think we want precisely 1 roving clans here. We've already got one. Even though Dust Efficient is a little bit better than the other Dust upgrade, I'm not that interested in the second roving clans hero. Getting a science hero would be nice. Although we're already past that excellent science hero. Although these science heroes, the science boost is lower, but the science skills they give you are much better. Like, this is just this is just very strong. Then there's a percentage boost. It also has an expansion disapproval reduction. So very, very strong choice there, actually. Let's see about before I get carried away with that, let me just see about getting enough. Okay, we don't have enough for a booster. We could get enough emeralds for a booster, but emerald sucks, so yeah, that'll be bad. Yeah, so not much available in terms of a nice boost for our happiness. So it looks like our happiness is going to stay in the dumps for a bit. Does that mean we should prioritize heroes to improve our happiness? Maybe. Although there are not many of those. I guess this hero has this ability to improve our happiness with oceanic exploitation. Oh, that's a very corner case hero. Like, I wouldn't normally choose them. Like, very corner case. You can also just upgrade the central market here. How's the production so bad? Oh, it's just because I put nobody into food, okay. That makes sense. Or I put everybody into food and nobody into industry. Yeah, I'm still semi-tempted to salt the earth, but there are so many workers here that I don't think it can be correct. These heroes are nice because of their skills. Like the mining authority is very good because it just gives you more resources, and it looks like we're going to be very strategically orientated in terms of getting strategics. I mean, the Duke is not bad. We can also sell all this titanium. We don't need that much. Yeah, again, you get all those resources from, you know, winning wars. All we do is win. So now we have enough for, I think, 3 governors. I think we get Wayward Sigo, and we'll just pick Wayra up and just put them on a city that's lacking industry. Which is maybe this one, I think. Hellcrest has industry in theory, it's just being besieged right now. So the city's also being sort of locked out. I mean, it's locked out by the rebellion. I think the industry in general should be actually pretty solid. So let's put Wayra on Metak and try and expand the city out of the gutter, basically. I think once we start triangulating with these cities, our happiness problem will disappear, but for now it's pretty intense. And also we need to get like a nice little central market on each of them there. Sorry, my thoughts were like weirdly in disarray. Roll is good. No, Tino is better. As long as we have a city to support these cultist heroes with. Like high population cities. We have... Yeah, I can just get a cultist hero here. We can also just assign the science hero there, but we might as well save for a bit until we can get Hellcrest out of the dumps. And we can also just buy out, I don't know, central market here. Not that bad an idea. Could get it here, but no, never mind. It's quite important that we pick this up as soon as possible. Alright, let's end turn. I don't think I want to waste any more dust. Yeah, and so our economic situation has sort of rectified itself a bit. It's like, oh, we picked it. Yeah, we got their wonder, so that's very nice. If we're unhappy, we're going to get a huge bonus. So that's very, very good, obviously. Obviously, getting to happy is difficult, but you know, it's fine if they close borders with us. Like, we don't care. We're probably going to keep this army up here, guard the top. Again, fights sort of benefit us because we get free stockpiles, quote unquote free. We can go for extra science from the Haunts or extra influence production for the Kasanji. We're generating 30 influence, so 10% increased influence is like 3 influence versus how much science are we generating? 200-ish. So we're getting more science, but also each additional point of influence is worth more. Because influence is more scarce. I love how many swords and daggers this character has. They're super prepared to shank us. Where was I? Oh yeah, here, assimilation slot. This is in theory very powerful, but we can't really get it off the ground right now. Yeah, we just need to make sure we crush these lurkers. They're probably unhappy because of the siege. Oh, only 10% from besieged city? Well, people really don't care. Like, really. Should be a little bit more worried that your city's under siege. Maybe it's just like commonplace for them at this point, you know. I've let them down so many times. I almost have enough of this blood crystal booster. Could get stockpiles. In the long term, we could use the stockpile economy trick. And that's where you pick up the stockpile upgrade, you get a ton of stockpiles very cheap. And then you go and get this unskilled labor and organized labor. And once you have both, you just turn your stockpiles into a ton of resources. We might not be able to do that this game, but I'd like to show it off in general. Here I'm just getting... I should probably just build up my city. Like, it's gonna hurt for a while, but you know, it has to happen. Eventually. In that case, we should probably get rid of the stupid watchtower. They're gonna need it. Like, watchtowers suck. They really, really do. You need to invest pearls for them to even like participate in military action. So like, they're just so garbage for so long. Once we have all these important things, we build this burrow here and improve our. Actually, we should probably get the burrow first. Just improve this industrial megapole. Yeah, Hellcrust is sadly under siege, but otherwise we're doing fine here. Oh, somebody's built a Guardian. And we can get this exotic armors if we send a flying unit, where is it? To here. And we could actually do that. We have like random flying units landing around. Okay, we have the potential to kill all these rumblers in one fell swoop. And potentially get some dust out of it. By dust I mean these Battleborn. Yeah, we could sacrifice a flying unit for a good armor upgrade. And I think we might. We can just wrap around them. Just move up, move up. This thing needs to hit this thing. Yeah. Should be fine, actually. Like, usually the AI massively underestimates your chances against other armies, especially if they're minor faction armies. Oh, why did they go there? Because the AI is just so bad at playing this game. It has the cheat to actually stand a chance. Oof. Bog got squashed. Okay, let's go here. Yeah, that should be fine. More than fine, I'd say. Oh, it just died. So he took no damage there. Obviously very, very nice. Yeah, scratch his butt. For a bit, I guess. Let's just hit this. Should probably move this flying unit back. Especially if we plan to sacrifice it. So easy, we just gained 3 units worth of dust. And we defeated all of their forces. That's great. No more worries. I think these units can split off, yeah. And we want to go to this location. This quest has been triggered by the creation of a Guardian somewhere. Oh, level 4 minimum, okay. And we get to reanimate the sleepers. And I think that means we're going to pick up these units. So that'll be obviously very nice. If we could get some anti-Guardian weaponry for free-ish. I mean, we also get that ability to get good armors using titanium and glass steel, which is obviously very nice because we have titanium and glass steel production. I like level 3 armors. Well, they're probably not going to be way better, but they're going to be better. As usual, it's playing every faction theme except our own. It's standard fare at this point. Why do you suddenly switch from unhappy? That makes no sense. I move some workers around and suddenly everyone loves me. Like, nobody liked working at resource mats. Duh. I just wish the marketplace had more of a stock of whatever resource you needed. Maybe it's even worth it to buy emeralds. Like, as much as I hate emeralds, like, actively despise that stuff. After we get the smelting station, I think we should just get this reaping station. Because we have some luxuries in our empire. That's very brave of them to move into our own territory there. Also highly annoying because they're in our way. I could just close borders, but as long as I keep tabs on their army, I think it should be fine. These stalwarts are not bad units. So maybe I should just move down, just in case something happens. Just keep moving that direction. I wonder if I should spend dust to just get this quickly. Oh, she was badly injured. Oh, I could have got this at Palladium for free? Oops. That's good that she was badly injured. Oh boy, that came out wrong. Get some dust, very nice. Okay. We can ask them to open borders. Can we? No, I think we're still in truce mode, right? Now, what would it take for them to open borders? It's so annoying that we can't complete this quest because they won't open borders with us. No, they're not interested. Now, how could we do this quest if they won't open borders? Irritating at best. Game breaking at worst. That's irritating. Said about that. Well, as upset as I can be. So not very. We can bribe this village. Nah, we can't, I lied. We don't understand the concept of bribing. Let's just defeat this and call it a day, I think. We need to wrap around them. Make sure we hit them from all angles. So they can't get their powerful attacks off. If this unit moves up, hits this unit stays here, hits this unit moves up, hits this unit can wrap around, hit this unit can also wrap around, hit this unit can just move down here. Yeah, and I think this unit is most likely to, well, this unit is actually most likely to die. Yeah. As long as we control the flow of combat. I mean, even if we don't, the fact that we have claws means we'll have like the best non-initiative build. So the way I think about it, like, if you have initiative, it's obviously always better, but if you don't have initiative, you might as well have claws, because the ability to strike back in the code, at the very least, severely restricts your opponent's options, and at the very best, it just gives you a ton of extra value of your attacks. If they have to position themselves weirdly to counteract your strategy, that's obviously good. Yeah, we're crushing them easily. Again, the AI, well, the computer dramatically overstates their advantage. Or their chances. We have 2 Battleborn to sell, although sadly we're getting diminishing returns now. Probably keep it on the border. And we can buy another hero now. Again, the Duke would be nice. I think I kind of want to save up for the Duke. And that's just because they have this skill, the Mining Authority. Bonus resource generation is quite valuable and difficult to replace. Like, almost no heroes have that other ability, I think. Nope. We can put the Duke over here for now. And we have a decent amount of mining prospects here, so... Wait, let me buy him first. Duke Whitechapel. Probably not the best use of that. Expanding the city is very awkward because of how badly it's just constructed. I think it's fine to keep building like this. There's a second Orcus villages which we should pick up. Orcus village. And we can actually assimilate the Orcus. The building cost production is... Actually, I still haven't made my assimilation decision. It's kind of hilarious. We probably should assimilate the Orcus. Their bonus is just the best compared to the others. And these units are not so good at flying. Or, I'm sorry, so good in combat that they're irreplaceable. Like a mediocre ranged unit is alright. It doesn't have much range, so it doesn't really supplement our units that well. And also, having only units full of Necrophages is advantageous to us because of the poison, so at least potentially not bad. Now, bonus generation to science, influence, and dust is it's not like it's bad, but we can get this 3 times, and then we're getting, yeah, like 10% building cost reduction. Then 15%? No, I'm in for it. I'm in for that. What I meant to say. The downside of having these battle-born armies is that they are super slow. I just want to see if there's a way around this stupid green. Lord. It's so annoying when you have a quest to complete, but you just can't get there because some annoying faction decided to be annoying. Cold War. That's cool. Are they still blocking me? Let's just move around here and then I'm going to call it a day. Ah, they are still blocking me. Just open your borders, assets. No. I can't really offer them anything. I can give them a lot of science for this, but that's really bad. So the diplomacy system continues to be frustrating. I could go all the way over the... Ah, boy. Anyway, so what's the recap of that episode? Basically, we did pretty well in establishing a section of the map for ourselves. Our approval value is still not great, but at least not abysmal. I wanted to use the marketplace to deal with that, but it turns out that was more difficult than I anticipated. Although we could potentially get enough blood crystals, but we can also find blood crystals in our territory, I think, yeah. Or not, never mind. But we can get some quicksilver in our territory. So that, yeah, here's a blood crystal, never mind. So we can get some quicksilver blood crystal in our territory, which should help out a bit in terms of increasing our happiness, although, again, that's not good. And we just generally have a lot of extractors to look forward to, I think, which will be quite nice. Once we have all this palladium and adamantium, adamantium deposits, we can really think about upgrading our units to the next level, and maybe just fighting other factions just to gain extra food. We don't have to keep expanding. we have all the territories we need, but if we fight other factions, we'll get a lot of cadavers, generate a lot of extra food, generate a lot of free units, which we can then sell, and sort of use fighting as an economic opportunity, really. Yeah, and also sort of cherry pick the regions we want. Like here, Soledad or Sodotan is like an excellent region. Look at this beautiful anomaly, like a lot of anomalies, a really nice city layout, really well constructed, and just, yeah, this is incredible. Like it has 3 special buildings, and 2 of them are level 2. Like this Museum of Auriga, our happiness should be really high once this ownership stuff wears off of the city. So yeah, we've picked up some very nice cities. We have some cities with a lot of like workers, so at least a decent amount. The turn 66, we're really well set up with 6 different cities, and I think we can start playing the economic game, and maybe start marching our armies across Auriga and just hassling whoever's doing well, generating a lot of cadavers for the piles. Hopefully with advanced weaponry. So I hope you liked this extra session of Endless Legend, and if you like the Necrophages, be sure to show some love to them in the comments. As usual, I'm like really enjoying myself with this playthrough, and I hope you enjoyed yourself too, and or learned. Whoa, we just got Grass Silk? Holy shit. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed yourself too, and or learned something. If you did, consider subscribing. While next turn I think about what to do with this Grass Silk, which is, in case you didn't know, really a phenomenal luxury resource to have. Although it appears there's no Grass Silk on the market, and we're like 5 short from actually activating, 10 short from activating this. So that is highly irritating. But anyway, join me next time as I continue with the Necrophages. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you soon.